UK. James Horcastle joins me, so does Martin Keown and Rio Ferdinand, to have a look back at that match, really, which for Arsenal fans would be thoroughly depressing to see. Another kind of lacklustre performance from them, and although Martin said they improved in the second half, wasn't enough to break through. Inter just so resolute once again.
Yeah, which is incredible considering the amount that Simone Inzaghi rotated tonight. I mean, made 6 changes. We saw him bring on, their core players at the end. The likes of Barella, Mkhitaryan. So I think that's a mark of a great manager, where you can make all of these changes in a game as big as tonight, and you don't really see a difference. And credit to Inter a run as well, because it's been hard the last few years here. Been a lot of financial uncertainty over their Chinese owner, who was evicted by a hedge fund in the summer, and 4 free transfers in that first 11 tonight. Yeah, think of Çalhanoğlu, De Vrij, all freebies. Zielinski, Taremi, freebies. It's another way of running a football club.
I think don't underestimate the coaching element. I think the management, yes, fantastic as well, but the coaching, to see the fluidity for this team, from the goalkeeper all the way through to creating chances at the other end or getting on the end of things, was magnificent to see. The players that are willing to take the ball in uncomfortable situations, I think it's testament to great coaching that sets a team within a structure to go and perform. But at the same time, I think I agree with a lot of what Martin's saying. The way Arsenal played in the second half, they had this Newcastle team on the ropes at a couple of times. They just huffed and puffed without any real bite up front. That lack of quality, I think, in the final third was the thing that let them down today, about getting a point at least.
Should we have a look at the penalty incident, Martin?
Well, let's not forget, it was a controversial moment that Arsenal lost this game from, and it was, it's fine margins, and I don't believe that was a penalty. I feel this is really harsh. Where are you supposed to put your arm in that position? The unnatural, who's making those rules? Have they played the game? Of course, look, he puts this away. I think that's 20 now on the bounce. This man is
19 out of 19 for him.
Yeah, he dispatches things, and then of course Moreno taken off at half-time. Jesus comes on, and Arsenal did seem a whole lot better. And you have to look at it. Inter Milan, all credit. James has just said, 2 years since they lost the Champions League game here, and their players were on their knees at the end of the game. Arsenal really pushed them. 46 crosses in the game. Umpteen corners.
Yeah, but don't forget, 6 changes. It's not their first team.
Yes, but nonetheless, they were able to do that. His manager has the confidence to do it. And I think, actually, it's much of a muchness, their midfield. Everyone that comes on and off is very similar.
Barella's their best midfielder.
He didn't start the game, but he finishes the game. And that was the right moment to bring him on. But nonetheless, Arsenal dominated the whole of that second half. So they can build on that, but they've lost again. And that's where the problems are for Arsenal. But they did have opportunities.
But the spine of their team didn't play today. I think you're trying to paper over the cracks a little bit. You've got Thuram that doesn't start. He's a starter. Barella doesn't start. Bastoni,
yeah, but
DiMarco doesn't start.
Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, but you can argue that. But if you look through their fixtures, and I've looked most of them, they've all played a major part. So the manager's he's spinning plates, their manager. He's in a perfect position, isn't he?
No, but Mike, you know who your best players are.
I'm not sure they do, actually.
Push comes to shove. Champions League final, them 3-4 players I just mentioned there, DiMarco, they start.
They've got proper competition for places, and that's why they're doing so well.
Martin, I think Simone Inzaghi would love to have Mikel Arteta's budget. I mean, he's had to sell Lukaku, he's had to sell Onana, he's had to sell Skriniar, he's had to sell the whole of the team, really. That was the one that he inherited, which won the title, and the one that he got to the Champions League final.
I bet them four I just mentioned, Martin, start against Napoli at the weekend.
But look, the point I'm making is that in the second half, Arsenal did almost everything they could to score a goal here. And I saw really good reactions. So everyone wants to put Arsenal away. I don't think there's a massive crisis for Arsenal. I don't think they're that far away from getting it right. They've got to keep believing in what they're doing. Yes, they're not scoring goals, but I thought when Yeri came on, perhaps should have been on a bit earlier.
I want to see him
demonstrated some real quality when he came on.
But I don't think anyone's trying to put Arsenal away here, Mike.
No,
I
admire what the Inter Milan are doing. They have a different model. They have a director of football who's coming to the end of his career, shall we say. He's been remarkable in what he's done. They've got three transfers in. And it shows in their performance. But, look, a lot of people knocking Arsenal. I'm standing up for them a little bit here tonight, and I thought they did better than maybe was mentioned in the commentary. I thought they had 1 or 2 chances that they didn't put away, but they certainly went after their opponent today.
Why are Arsenal people so touchy? I don't understand. Why is that? No one's having a dig. We're not having a dig.
Maybe the producer will show us some of these chances that we have.
These are some of the chances, actually, that you're talking about.
Reluctantly, we'll show them.
Martin, go on, defend them some more.
Well, I think this one, look, Dumfries on the line. That's a good ball in.
Is that a chance?
I thought actually, I actually feel that it's on the line and they showed it, didn't they? Slow down a bit, just nearly went over. I thought they were very good from set pieces tonight. It caused them an issue. And this one here, look, he's trying to find the far corner there. Maybe he could have put more on it. He's got the keeper scrambling across his goal.
Good footwork from the keeper there.
Yeah,
really good footwork.
It's not bad, but there was one there from...
That was a cross shot though.
Yeah, but there was a defensive, there was a block from Bisek, and I don't know whether the producer's going to show it. He's not. Yeah.
We are going to show it. We're going to show the quality of the defending.
Well, let's put it down as quality.
That's quite important.
It's either quality defending or it's a good effort from Arsenal, whichever way you want to phrase it. I mean, I think here they're very unlucky. And this young man, Bisek, he did really well tonight. Got himself in the way of things.
But that was a big surprise from his perspective.
Yeah, but don't be surprised, because I've watched him and he's not a bad player. You're putting him down a little bit. And I think he's almost as good as, their manager believes in him. Yeah?
Well,
this is the one now, isn't it, coming up?
Tonight he really showed his mettle, and it could really change his career, because I mean he was coming for Bastoni tonight. That was a massive ball for Inzaghi to put Bisek on the side of Bukayo Saka.
The thing is, we're not getting enough Arsenal bodies on the end. This is the one here. I don't think Bisek knows. If you look at this, I mean, this inspired defending, and that could have gone anywhere, Rio. That could have gone in the back of the net.
Sommer probably saves that, to be fair, if he goes through. But again, in those areas, it's about being clean. It's about being clinical. And in them moments, you need your players to step up, especially when you're lacking a bit of confidence and lacking a bit of form. You almost want one of them to just go in off the post or if someone's buttock. But it hasn't happened. But like I said, they're getting into good areas around the box. But then it's about the run, the underlaps, the overlaps, creating 2v1s, overloads in wide areas. I don't think they're doing that enough to create clearer openings in the final third.
Yeah, well, I think it improved when Wanyeri came on, and I thought, really, maybe when you see the quality he brings, he should be on the pitch a bit sooner.
One more thing on Inter before we let you go, James, is the fact that they've got 4 clean sheets in the Champions League. They've played against Manchester City. They've had Arsenal here as well. And they've got a massive game coming up against Napoli at the weekend. They've managed to rotate those players, so hopefully they'll be fresh. And if they win that, they're good top. It's kind of like not all right. Not that bad, is it, for Inter?
Yeah, and they'll really want to win at the weekend, not only because they're champions and they want to retain that title, but because the Napoli coach is Antonio Conte. Conte is the guy who put this club back on the top. Inzaghi replaced him. Inzaghi's done the work in Europe, really. He's made into a force again in, even if you go back to 2010 when they won the treble, they had Jose Mourinho, but no one expected them to win the Champions League that year. They've now had a sustained 4-year period of competing, going deep year on year in Europe, which is very impressive.
Yeah. All right, guys. James, thank you very much. You can go keep warm.